Almost 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, including people who make good money, including people who would be embarrassed to admit it, including me. I am always waiting for the next check to hit the bank. Sometimes the problem is income. Genuinely, there is not enough coming in, and no plan can fix that. But a lot of the time, across a lot of income levels, the problem is the absence of a plan. A decision made in advance about where your money is going to go. The plan has a name. It's called a budget. And it's probably the least exciting solution to one of the most common problems in modern life, which is probably why most people, they just don't have one. Here's what a budget actually is. It is a record of how much money you have coming in and a decision about where it's gonna go before you spend it. Not after, before. That's the whole point. Figuring out where your money went after it's already gone is an autopsy, not a budget. Without a budget, money just disappears. You check your account at the end of the month and you have no clear explanation for where it all went. Subscriptions you forgot about, food that you did not track, small purchases that added up in ways that seemed impossible. A budget makes all of that visible. Visibility is not comfortable, but it is better than the alternative. Before you can build a budget, you need to know two numbers: how much money is coming in and how much money is actually available to spend. Here's where a lot of first-time budgeters make a mistake. They plan around what their paycheck says before taxes are taken out. That number is called your gross income, the total amount that you earned. But after taxes, after Social Security, and after other deductions, that amount, the amount that actually hits your bank account, that's smaller. That is your net income, and that is the only number that matters for your budget. You can't spend money that was taken out before you even saw it. The government handled that part for you already. If you get your first job and your offer letter says $12 an hour, you're not taking home $12 an hour. You should plan on getting less. Figure out your actual take-home pay and build your budget around that number. It's one of the most deflating moments in early adulthood, and it arrives quickly. Once you know what you actually have, the next step is understanding where it goes. Expenses fall into two categories. Fixed expenses are the ones that are the same every month. Rent, a car payment, a phone bill, a streaming subscription that you definitely forgot you had. These are all predictable because you know exactly what they cost and when they're due each month. Variable expenses are different. Groceries, gas, eating out, entertainment. The prices of these change every single month based on your choices. And here's the thing about variable expenses. People are almost universally wrong about how much they spend on them. Not a little wrong, significantly wrong. The eating out budget that somebody thinks is $200 a month might be $400. That miscellaneous category that seems really small, it's gonna do a lot of heavy lifting. Variable expenses feel like small decisions in the moment because each one really is. But the total of them all, that's not small. That gap between what people think they spend and what they actually spend is where almost all budgets fall apart before they even start. That distinction matters because fixed and variable expenses require different strategies. Fixed expenses, you commit to them and you plan around them. Variable expenses, you actively have to manage and control them. Most budget problems actually come from variable expenses that were not tracked. They didn't come from fixed expenses that were forgotten about, like your subscription. The simplest budget framework is called the 50-30-20 rule. 50% of your net income goes to needs, rent or housing, food, transportation, phone, utilities, the things you genuinely cannot live without. 30% goes to wants, eating out, entertainment, clothes beyond the basic ones that you need. These are the things that make life enjoyable, but they're not strictly necessary. 20% is allocated to savings or debt repayment, or an emergency fund, or your future goals. For a high school student with a part-time job, those percentages look different, but the principle is the same. Decide in advance what portion of your money goes where, then stick to it. That's all easier to say than to actually do, which is why we said earlier, 60% of Americans, they're still sitting around waiting on that next check. Here's the part that most people skip though. The budget, it has to account for irregular expenses. Irregular, not regular. Things that do not happen every month, but you know that they will definitely happen at some point. A car repair, a medical bill, a birthday that you forgot about, a broken phone. These are not surprises. They are certainties with unknown timing. We know for a fact they're going to happen. The expense is going to come. The only question is whether you planned for it. The solution is called an emergency fund, a pool of money set aside specifically for when things go wrong. Most financial advisors suggest having 3 to 6 months of expenses as a target for adults. For a high school student, even having a few $100s set aside changes everything. It is the difference between a bad day and a crisis. A bad day costs you an afternoon. A crisis costs you weeks of stress and sometimes money that you're never gonna have. The other thing that a budget does is it forces you to think about your goals. Like, what do you actually want to save for? A car, or a trip, college, your first apartment. A budget makes those goals real by giving them a number and a timeline. Instead of just vaguely hoping you will have money for something someday, you're setting aside a specific amount each month towards that specific thing. Money without a plan, it's gonna go somewhere. It just usually goes somewhere that you didn't intend, and probably somewhere that you didn't even want. I teach high school. I watched teenagers get their first paychecks and spend them in about 4 days. I was the same way. Most people are. The budget, it's not about being responsible in some abstract sense. It's about deciding what you actually want and making sure your money knows that too. Those are different things. And the second one is considerably harder. See you next time.